Hey, what's going on, you guys? Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my experience with my Leica Q2 when I took it to this event called Monsterpalooza. I took a lot of pictures of people who dress up as one of the monsters in any of our scary movies that we have seen in the past. I really want to talk to you guys about what I really think about the Leica Q2 shooting portrait. If you guys don't already know, the Leica Q2 has a fixed 28mm lens, and what that means is that the lens is stuck onto this camera body and it's not coming off. I mean, it's 28mm and you cannot change it to anything else. I call this a little point and shoot camera, but some people want to call it a compact camera. Either way, whatever you want to call it, it's still a camera that does not remove the lens. That doesn't mean this camera is not amazing. And if you guys want to hear me talk about how amazing this camera is or what I really think about this camera, there's a video right here, or I think it's over here. In this video, we're just going to be talking about my experience with this shooting portraits, what I like and what I don't like about it. Well, this camera has that 28mm fixed lens on it. It is a good and a bad. I'm always used to shooting a 50mm. That's like my go-to focal length. I love a 50mm. I love everything about it. And when I use a 50mm, the bokeh in the back is just so nice. This one, it doesn't have that same bokeh, but that doesn't mean it's not good. I have to stand a little bit closer, actually a lot closer, if I want to take a picture of somebody. That 28mm gets me close to them, but I'm not like next to their face or anything. I'm like a pretty good size distance away where I can talk to them and they'll be able to hear me. And then the coolest part is that I can shoot a full body shot from that distance. And it also has a 1.7 aperture here on this Leica Q2, which does give some blurriness in the background. Not being super far away from them gives me this connection with them, and also it's great for events like that because sometimes I don't have the room that I need, for example on a 50mm where I need a lot of room just to get the whole body. With this, I don't need that many space. I can get close. Nobody can interrupt us by walking between us, because if I had the 50, you'll get people walking between us, and while I'm taking a shot, you know, they're either gonna have to wait because I'm taking up the whole walkway. And events like that, I kind of don't want to use the 50, which is why this 28 is perfect for it. And at first, I was kind of skeptical because 28mm shooting portrait, not the best way to do it, but you know what? Afterward, I got used to it and I like loved it. I wanted to take it around, I wanted to walk around more and kept taking pictures with it. It's a great focal length for something like that event. It's like Comic-Con or Design-a-Con, something like that. Monsterpalooza is kind of like the same thing. Another great thing is that I don't have to carry a really big camera around, like holding out like a Canon camera or a Sony camera, Fuji, Nikon, whatever it may be. I don't have to hold that with a big lens. Look how small this is. And I just have this wrap around my neck and it just feels and looks super cool. That doesn't mean that it's a bad camera just because of the size. It has 47 megapixels, which means when I put it into Lightroom, I can crop the heck out of the photo and it still looks really good. The cool aperture ring in the front makes it super easy. The shutter speed ring, it's okay. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan, but it's okay because once I leave it at like, let's say 125 or 250, I can adjust it microly by turning this dial right here, which is nice. It works pretty well. Plus, when I'm shooting like that, the light is consistent, which means I can leave all my settings there and then I walk around and shoot. And if I really need to change anything, I'll change the ISO. One of my complaints about this is that the dials right here where you change the focus point, it's so small that I'm moving around little by little by little by little. So sometimes I have to touch the screen, which you can do. But if you guys own a Leica Q2 before, or if you guys own it right now, you know that the viewfinder is so much better than a monitor. This viewfinder is beautiful. Looking in that and taking a picture in it, it's amazing. It's way better than a monitor. Usually I use the monitor in every other camera. This monitor is not bad, it's really good. It's just the viewfinder is just that much better. So that's why I use the viewfinder when I'm taking pictures. And when I'm using the viewfinder, I gotta move this little joystick around, which isn't the best thing. Like, it's just super slow, so I kind of have to like look out, tap the screen, look back in, and then focus like that. Then I actually try to shoot in manual mode because then I don't have to worry about the focus point. I just turn the ring and shoot in manual. I'm not getting it as fast as I want to. So like someone's posing, I'm like turning this ring, trying to get it to the right point. They're sitting there waiting. Sometimes their expression or sometimes something may happen that will ruin the shoot. With autofocus, you know, it just puts it on the eye, press the shutter, and it focuses right away. So manual focus, I just need a little bit more practice. Once I get better at it, I'm sure I can be just as fast. But that's like the only thing bad that I have about the Leica Q2 when I'm shooting a portrait or on-the-go shooting. It's just how to get that focus point correctly. People have been asking me, how's the battery life? It's in this camera, about this size, it looks pretty small. But I gotta tell you, the battery life in this Leica Q2 has been amazing. Like, I've used it all day throughout that shoot, and I've never even had a worry that I was gonna run out of battery. I've always felt, well, you know what, I'm good. Like, I have a lot of battery left. I don't have to worry about it. I'm good to go, which is great. So no problem with the battery life at all. So if you guys have any questions, please leave it in the comment below. And if you guys want to know anything about this camera, let me know in the comment below. Other than that, you guys, my name is Andy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.